whole world is suffering. You are not alone. There are moments in life when the weight becomes too heavy to carry, when everything around you feels cold, distant, and empty. You feel lost, broken, exhausted, betrayed, abandoned. And in those moments, your mind whispers, "Why me? Why is life so hard? Am I the only one struggling?" But here's the sacred truth most people never tell you: the whole world is suffering. You are not alone. Let's go deep. Today, we're not here to sugarcoat life. We're going deep into the universal nature of suffering, my own real life experiences of being broken, ancient spiritual wisdom from multiple faiths, modern people who turn pain into power, and 10 proven ways to transform your suffering into strength. By the end of this video, I want you to feel something powerful. You are not being punished, you are being prepared. Suffering is not a curse, it's a calling. My personal experience with suffering. Let me take you back to 2008. It was a storm I didn't see coming. My businesses fell apart. My bank accounts went into the red. My reputation was shredded. My body gave in. Health collapsed. And my vision for the future completely vanished. I remember sitting in silence, night after night, wondering if life would ever feel normal again. I truly believed no one understands what I'm going through. Everyone else is moving forward. I'm drowning. But something surprising happened as time passed. As I rebuilt, as I met new people, I realized I wasn't the only one. I met people battling cancer, people who had lost children, war refugees who had seen horrors I couldn't imagine, mothers carrying grief, fathers who had failed, families torn apart. Suddenly, my perspective shifted. Suffering is not something that just happened to me. It is part of the human condition. Why does suffering feel so isolating? The answer is simple yet deeply psychological. Our mind isolates our pain. We look at social media. We see joy, not heartbreak. We assume everyone else is happy. And our ego whispers, "This shouldn't happen to you." But here's the paradox: pain is the only experience that truly unites us. Classic story, the woman and the mustard seed. There's a famous Buddhist story. A mother had just lost her only child. In utter desperation, she came to the Buddha and cried out, "Please bring my child back to life." The Buddha replied gently, "Bring me a mustard seed from a home that has never known sorrow, then I will heal your son." So she knocked on door after door. But every home had its own story of heartbreak: a lost child, a sick parent, a brother who never returned. She returned empty handed but transformed. She now understood. Suffering is part of every home. No soul escapes it. Spiritual teachings on suffering across faiths. Let's explore what the great spiritual traditions have said for centuries. Christianity: in this world you will have trouble, but take heart. I have overcome the world. John 16:33. Islam: indeed, with hardship comes ease. Quran 94:6. Hinduism: for the soul there is neither birth nor death. Endurance through suffering leads to liberation. Gita 2:14. Buddhism: life is suffering, but that suffering leads to wisdom, compassion, and awakening. Sikhism: suffering is the medicine, pleasure the disease. Guru Granth Sahib. Modern examples of rising through pain. You don't need to look far for modern examples. Nelson Mandela, imprisoned 27 years, came out not bitter but bold. Nick Vujicic, born with no limbs, yet his soul touched millions. Oprah Winfrey, abused, abandoned, and rejected, yet she built an empire. Viktor Frankl survived Nazi concentration camps, discovered the meaning behind pain. J.K. Rowling battled depression and poverty before birthing the Harry Potter universe. Their suffering didn't define them, it refined them. The paradox of pain. We think the pain is here to break us, but what if The pain is actually here to build us, to crack the shell so our true light can emerge. My awakening through pain. When everything collapsed in my life, that's when I found God most intimately. That's when I read scriptures like they were written just for me. That's when I stopped pretending and started praying. Suffering didn't destroy me, it matured me, it molded me, it gave birth to the man I am today. Without suffering, I would have stayed asleep. Classic story: the potter and the clay. The potter puts a lump of clay on the wheel. The wheel spins fast. His hands press into the clay. He cuts, he shapes, he carves. At first, the clay resists, but slowly it becomes a beautiful vessel. That's your life. God is the potter, you are the clay. And pressure is not cruelty, it's creation. Invisible gifts hidden in suffering. You don't always see it, but pain is delivering gifts, greater compassion, unshakable strength, spiritual wisdom, deepened humility, pure gratitude, a clearer connection to the divine. Every scar has sacred wisdom behind it. The real danger, thinking you're alone, when you think you're the only one. Depression deepens, isolation grows, resentment builds. You disconnect from God, hope begins to die. But the enemy's greatest lie is this: you are suffering alone. Don't believe it. The sacred secret: we all suffer. Everyone you meet carries a hidden story of pain. They may be smiling, they may look successful, but inside they are carrying storms just like you. Your suffering connects you, not separates you. 10 powerful ways to transform suffering into strength. 1. Accept suffering as a part of life. You are not broken, you are being shaped. 2. Lean into faith. When the storm comes, anchor in prayer and scripture. 3. Serve others. When you help someone else in pain, your own suffering lightens. 4. Express, don't suppress. Talk, cry, share. It's not weakness, it's healing. 5. Stop comparing. Everyone's life looks good on the outside. You don't know their private battles. 6. Stay present. The mind wants to ask, why? The soul says, just trust. 7. Let go of control. You don't have to figure it all out. Surrender to the bigger plan. 8. Write it out. Journaling transforms confusion into clarity. 9. Find the right circle. Surround yourself with people who remind you of your strength. 10. Visualize what you're becoming. Affirm daily: this pain is shaping me into something powerful. Classic story: the refiner's fire. Gold is just a dull rock until it meets fire. Under intense heat, the impurities rise. They're burned away, and what's left is something precious, brilliant, unbreakable. Your suffering is your fire. Your soul is the gold, the spiritual paradox of suffering. What you call your greatest burden may become your greatest blessing. What you thought would destroy you might be the very thing that awakens you. Closing reflection. Let's bring this home. Everyone suffers. The whole world is hurting. But that doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're human. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. My final words to you: I once believed my suffering was unfair. My story was too messy. My pain was permanent. But now I know my suffering brought me closer to God. My pain gave me purpose, and my mess became my message. Without the struggle, I would never have known who I truly am. Call to action: if this touched your heart, comment below with, I am not alone, I am growing. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, share it with someone you love who's quietly hurting. And when you're ready for the next step, watch my next video, The Mind and Her Constant Struggles, daily.